there, partner.
There we are, Kev in the house, Boog in the house. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, doing all right. What's up? I can hear you good. Looking
Let's
good too, man. The camera's sick. Boog
go.
Meek, you're looking solid to the cams too, bro.
We
Good to see
love
you
to
guys.
see it. Everyone looks like they got some sunlight behind them. Fucking weird that it's still light outside, dude. But how's everyone doing? Let's just get into it. What the fuck's up? It feels like it's been forever. It always 2 weeks feels like it's been days. But what have you guys been up to? Boog Meek finished classes. Sorry to disrupt your eating. My apologies.
I had a quick pretzel that the meat was taking days to let me in. I don't know. Yeah, finished classes last day, 4 essays. I mean, what's new? I mean, that's just it's the way it goes. So got it all done. Four A's, C and a B minus, or 2 A minuses, 2 A's, because we count the winter semester where I A'd. So yeah,
nice.
Feeling great about that. Summer classes, one started yesterday, so we're off and running.
God damn, hit the floor running is correct. And you're coming home for a little bit, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll be home for Todd's thing.
Nice.
Todd's little party, and then Father's Day.
Do you
Probably
know
my fourth and my birthday?
Oh, fourth and your birthday? Fuck yeah. Do you know what you're wearing to Todd's yet? It's a 70s / disco. I know Kev and Rye are rocking and rolling.
We audibled.
Oh wow.
Oh
Wow.
Yeah.
Love that. Boog, well, one sec. We'll get into that, Kev. Boog, do you know what you're doing?
I think I'm gonna go Forrest Gump, American flag t-shirt guy from the 70s.
That's
Vietnam.
perfect. Is your dad gonna be Gump? Your dad should totally be Gump.
I don't think so. I think he's going to Travis Matthew.
Such a puss, dude. Yours and mine both. They just gotta buy in once. Just buy in. It's fun. But Kev, what have you been up to? You guys on summer yet? One more week?
No, I'm done. School's done June 2nd, and then I have a sports camp after that, so I'm done June 9th.
Oh hell yeah.
But yeah, at least I'll go outfit first. This is off the top of my head. So I'm thinking, I don't know, they had my sister and my brother were pretty much kind of looking at for me, but like some just OG like 70s like sweatsuit to wear. Then there was something that was basically like, if you remember like what McLovin wore, like he wore like the vest and then like the white underneath, like the shades. I was just gonna show up as McLovin.
Wow, that would be classic.
Yeah.
That's like such a 70s, I feel like, computer lab teacher look. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I mean, that movie potentially could have been like based in the 70s. It was just like something way back when. But or I was thinking about being Matt McConaughey's character. If you've seen the movie Dazed and Confused.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So like when he's outside the arcade, he has like a shirt, then he's got like like a certain kind of jeans and a little necklace.
Super tight
so
jeans.
If the necklace isn't like crazy expensive, I would also potentially just go as McConaughey with double doobies and top ears, just
let's
hang out, y'all.
And we'll get some high school girls over there, Kev.
Yeah,
man. I know. Hey, my bad.
Yeah, no, it's all good, man. They stay the same age, man. Let's go.
Love that. I think I'm going. Damn, I wasn't gonna say it, and I was gonna walk in on it or in.
Hey, you can keep it. You can keep it.
But,
yeah, I know.
Nah, it's I don't give a. Doesn't matter. I'm going as Vakitis.
Yeah,
I bought the jersey, bought a warm up.
Wow.
Gotta give it a nice clean shave and just not respond to anybody all night. Just fucking speak fucking English. But no, I'm juiced. Can't wait. But Kev, you got any plans for Memorial Day? Long weekend.
I'm taking tomorrow off. I'd planned it out, just had enough hours, so Yeah, I got a 4-day week this week. Then I got the 4 next week. School's over, then a 5 for camp. Then I'm done for like 9 weeks. But Memorial Day weekend, nothing that's on the calendar or anything. So
No.
probably just chilling for the most part.
You gonna do the Murph workout?
I've never done the Murph workout before. What do you know what it is off the top of your head? I mean, is there running involved too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
thought so.
Boog, do you know what it is? It's push-ups, I think sit-ups.
I don't really
That
know.
was a certain amount of miles you had to run,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
for time.
It's all this bunch of stuff.
I'm for sure not going to do it, and with the weight vest. You're supposed to do it with the weight vest, but
Ooh.
yeah, not for me. How about you, Marcus? More than that? Are you participating?
I bought a Mike Murph hat, so I think that counts for.
You get out of the Murph workout because you bought the hat. Respect.
Wow.
Yeah, Boog, what are you doing for Memorial Day? Reno's usually pretty fucking nice. You gonna get some people together, take a trip down the old Riv?
Yeah, I don't know. I might be a little cold. We've been having some thunderstorms rolling in lately.
Really?
I feel like I'm in Arkansas because it's like not cold, but it's just like rolling storms. But I don't know. Probably just be chilling.
Feel that.
Play it by ear.
Dude, I bought a magnet. I can't wait to go down the river now. Now that I bought a fucking powerful ass magnet. I'm just gonna be trolling the river the whole time we're going, trying to pick up random shit that's on the bottom. It's gonna be sick. I'll probably find nothing, but there's a couple bridges in Reno that if I was a convict, I'd be throwing guns off of every time I cap somebody. So, I'm hoping to pull up some gold.
Come through.
We'll I know. Hopefully soon.
Does it have a hook on it?
Doesn't have a hook, but it's just like it advertises that it could pull a car, and there's like a video of like cars like pulling away from it, and like the magnet's like stuck. So, it should be powerful to pull up anything that's metal. But
I saw a few talks, because it's funny you say that, like recently, of people pulling like a gun out, a whole bike out. Like
crazy.
Yeah. Wasn't that in Amsterdam?
In Amsterdam, yeah, that one long-haired fuck pulls up bike after
bike.
Yeah. I was probably a little too under the influence watching that and was like, I'm buying one. But fuck it. Gonna be worth it one day when I pull something sick up. So Memorial Day's up. Kev, you're down. What's the sports camp look like? What sports are on deck?
Man, dude.
Just the
sports
litany?
Camp. It's mainly just get them through somehow, some way, because it's all day. Ooh. I see the same kids at like 8, and then we're done at like 3:30. So what I did last year, and I ran it for 2 weeks, and 1 week I did exclusively badminton. Ooh, not a good idea. Not running that bad.
Tough.
Yeah, same style, 8 to 3. But no, so like basically I try and get them outside from about 8:15, probably when I first get them, till about 1:30, because by then it's going to be cooking temperature wise outside.
Are you guys blacktop most of the time?
Oh yeah, same, like blacktop. Like I've said before, like we're in a really bad spot where it gets hot really quick is what it means. So they're going to be gassed, and then like I can't fight with them and stuff, like in terms of like when they're just all snobby or all just like not doing it. Like we go inside, so like usually I'll bring like 4 or 5 board games, a Rubik's Cube because they go nuts for that, and then some snacks. And then like we're inside for the last 90 minutes of the day. So like if I always will try and get them to like, I got to get to 1. I can't get us like 12:45 and then go to the shack. Like, nah, not even on Friday. Like I kind of did not yet, man. Yeah, if I can get to 1 o'clock with them every day, but I mean, it's a ton of things. I mean, but at the end of the day, it's more just games. They want to play games.
Yeah.
So like capture the flag, like certain kinds of tag, things like that. Like they're always down for them. So I usually just cater it to whatever the kids want to like play. They show me that they like, and then I'll run with it, and then I'll just throw little variations and just keep things moving.
Now, is it just one school of kids, or is it like like 2 or 3 of the schools that you're at like combining, or is it just like one school?
So it's I mean, all Stratfords could have camps, but like you're signing up for our campus location all 5 days exclusively with me. Damn. So it's mainly our own students though that are just coming to do it. or like students that are thinking about coming to Stratford, it's like you can like expose yourself to kids and a teacher at the school. It's like you can join sports club. This guy does PE type thing.
That's sick. That would, I mean, if I was a new kid coming in, there's no way I would be doing anything besides sports. Like, I'd be total shutdown mode. But dude, summer camps are the best. My mom always ran one at St. Lucy's, and we would get like 5, 6 of our. I feel like at the end of it, it was usually like more of our friends going to it than like people actually signing up. But dude, shit was so fun. Like you said, it was just all games. We would play, I mean, go weeks at a time, volleyball, wiffle ball, fucking kickball,
tournaments of stuff, little prizes, you know,
otter
keep them
pops
engaged.
galore. I mean,
boom, that's it, man. They know they got otter pops, dude. Whew. I can get them through an hour knowing they got pops in the freezer, baby.
So good. Boog, best summer treat. What are you taking? The ice cream truck. Let's change it. Ice cream truck pulls up right now.
Ice cream truck was like
Are you a shots guy? What are we doing?
Man, oh man. I would stab somebody for a dime if I needed that extra bit.
Shit, man. I think I was a SpongeBob guy, like back in the day. And then like as I got older, it was like the one where it gave you the little flat spoon. Was it cookies and cream?
Oh yeah, with the wood spoon, like the Blizzard or like the malt type thing.
That one smacked. Yeah,
so good.
But I mean, come on, fucking greatest of all times, the Coke Slurp. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah. If you're talking just overall summer treat, I think I'm with you 100% on that. Nothing hits like a Coke Slurpee all times of year though. But Kev, what are you getting? Ice cream man pulls up.
Boog gave me that one with the wood spoon Oreo malt because I remember getting that. I was always down for a Toll House cookie sandwich. That was a big. My sister always got the SpongeBob's for the most part.
Dude, what are the percentage of their faces that were just demented? The eyeballs were like down on like the cheek and shit.
Yeah, you could already know if it was melted like as soon as it was passed out. Like, man, but when you peeled it back though and you got to see like the full face, you're just like, cha-ching.
Yes, sir.
Like, you knew it was a good one. But yeah, I would say probably those two honestly were my top two.
Yeah,
Toll House and the Oreo malt. Like I was quiet and just munching.
Dude, the Toll Houses were, I mean, still are so
I know.
So good.
Amazing.
Yeah, like they have like the Toll House place. I'm sure they have it other places, but there's one in Tahoe, and I'll go and I'll grab like 6 cookies and be like, give me a pint of ice cream and just house. But yeah, that's probably mine. Or like the big Otter Pops, like the IC or whatever those are called. Those were good too because they're pretty cheap, so you could skate by, not having to spend a lot of money, but be sucking on it for a long time. No homo. But I mean, nothing. As a kid, when you hear the ice cream truck sound, it just is that like a top 10 feeling? Hot summer day, and you just, whew.
No matter what you were doing, you stopped. It could have been 10-10, game to 11. Like
everyone respected it. That's like
man.
In World War II when the wolves were so bad, the soldiers had to take a break to kill the wolves. They're like, "Hey guys, we both got to handle this." That is ice cream truck. Just hard to get by our house too. We lived on a dead end for so long, and that guy would make his way. It's like he definitely knew where his bread was buttered. He was getting 8 customers in one shot. Just if we weren't out there, that might have been a bitch to Austin Powers out. But good times. Support for Trough Talk is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. It's Manscaped Performance Package, the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. Join over 8 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. And it's 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code TROUGH at manscaped.com. And if my math's correct, it's about 16 million balls. Manscaped lets you get the job done without the fear of the old straight razor. Old rusty, throw them away. No more minced up manhood for your boy. I get the job done with ease now because of the Performance Package 4.0 and Man Oh Man, game changer. Inside this package, you'll find the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker, ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold all your goodies. First off, Lawnmower 4.0. This trimmer is the future of grooming and, dare I say, the greatest ball trimmer ever. Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 is waterproof and also has a 4000K LED spotlight if you need a little more precision on that shave. Because the trimmer is waterproof, you can say goodbye to the mess on the bathroom floor and kicking your hair under the old vanity there. You thought that was good, but you want to take your grooming even further to that next level? The Performance Package 4.0 also includes the Weed Whacker nose, ear, hair trimmer. The Weed Whacker is also waterproof and provides the proprietary skin-safe technology, which helps reduce nicks, snags, and tugs in those delicate nose holes. Their Crop Preserver ball deodorant and Crop Reviver ball toner will change the way you approach your hygiene routine. Trust me when I say this, fellas, your balls are going to thank you. Never felt softer, never smelt better. But Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package 4.0. The Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. Bring your comfort and boxers to another level. It's time to take care of yourself, so go to manscaped.com and get 20% off plus free shipping with code Trough. Again, that is code Trough for 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job. Back to the show. Kev, I saw you went to the Giants game the other week. Who were they playing?
I went to a Phillies game last Tuesday. So Zach Wheeler, Alex Cobb. So good matchup on paper. I was pumped. I've never seen Zach Wheeler before. I just went with 3 of my former teammates. All still local guys. Working, doing their thing. But good time. Walked around for like the last couple of innings and stuff. But yeah, just good to see him. Good to catch up. Great day too. A little bit of wind, but not too bad. And we were club level too. We got all the seats for free.
Oh,
someone
shit.
knew.
Nice.
Yeah, someone knew somebody who just wasn't going, and we slid right in.
Nothing better than that.
Sweet.
Yeah, row 1 too. So like no obstructions and nothing.
Wow.
Just boom.
Kick the feet up on the old cage in front and let's go.
Boom. Chilling. Yep. Good time.
Wow.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Did you guys take Caltrain?
No, just met at one dude's house and then he just rode it. Yeah. I mean, dude, we got there fast, man. I mean, we got to the parking lot at like 5:40. I mean, we left like 4:45 maybe. I don't know. Felt late, but yeah, got there, had time to chill beforehand.
Drink?
They did. I smoked. Hey, man, no chance. I had to end up driving back home too. It was only a Tuesday. God. But I pre-packed the J's, knowing some of those guys still smoke. So I was like, anybody doesn't want to drink, man, let's go. We're still hanging.
Love that, dude. We took Caltrain. We went up, and Caltrain is such a good idea in theory, and as soon as the game ends, you realize it is like the biggest fucking mistake ever. It's a 2-hour trip, regardless, at minimum of what happens. But
getting there's always nice, though.
Say that again.
Getting there is always nice.
Oh,
though.
It's nice. You can hit a bullet train. Yeah, I got out of work just a little bit early, just in time for a bullet train, and I was meeting up with like Mitch, Mikey, Tay, Ash, I think Cole and Tuck. And Todd, can't forget Tej. But they were already at the game, and I was a game time decision. I got out of work early. I was like, fuck it, I guess I have to go. So I just hopped on Caltrain by the old Lonesome and made the trip up. But honestly, great on the way up. Probably hour or so. I mean, and that's made a couple stops. But once I get there, absolutely freezing. I underestimated SF like to the max. Wind was howling. It was probably the worst I've ever seen it at the park. Like, not even joking. It was miserable. And then out of nowhere at the game, high schoolers galore. It's like worse than a Shoreline concert. Like, that was the only thing we could equate it to. And they were piss drunk. Every last one of them, like, hammered. And so I guess before I got there, they were sitting by this group. And then they're obviously a group of high schoolers sitting in their seats. So they moved to the center field bleachers. So when I get there, I meet them in the center field bleachers. And like 6th inning comes around. This fucking same group of high schoolers came and sat right by him again, or right by us. And it was wild. Tay Meek almost stopped the domestic violence in its tracks between a couple high schoolers. No, this high school guy is, I mean, I'm talking belligerent, like crazy stuff. Shoves his girlfriend down like 2 rows of bleachers. She's sitting there. And like me and Tay Meek were the only ones to see it. Tay Meek stands up and starts chirping this guy out loud, like, "What the fuck, you fucking pussy? Like, you don't do that shit." And this kid is like 5'6", like skinny as fuck, like would not do anything. But they kept telling him he looked like Josh Richards, and his only response to Tay Meek like saying that, he was like, "Why do they keep telling me I look like Josh Richards?" Like, didn't give a shit that he shoved his girlfriend or anything. It was fucking heinous. I think that might be my last Giants game for a good long time, or at least on Friday nights. But yeah, it was absolutely brutal. Only good thing, you remember Kaylin Biggerboog, Brett Bigger's sister? She works for the Giants.
Oh, yeah.
She brought us all out these because it was so cold. Mitch was texting, was like, "We're freezing out here." She brought us all one of these fucking hats, just out of the kindness of her heart. Legend, absolute legend.
That's sick.
Yeah, so sick. Kev, how did you like the pitch clock in person?
I was okay with it. I mean, I've seen games before with pitch clock.
Yeah.
I've been to A's games and stuff, but
is it growing on you though? I mean, do you like it?
I'm okay with it. I mean, it was a 3+ hour game, the game I went to versus the Phillies. So I mean, there are games with pitch clock that still get to like 3 hours and 17 minutes. They're just way more infrequent than they are today with the potential of accelerating a clock. But I'll tell you this though, you can definitely tell the difference of a game as a fan, for sure. Like, that game kind of felt like it was getting longer, and then once I like realized what the game time was, it was like 3 hours and like 11 minutes or something. Mm-hmm. I was like, damn, okay, that felt hella long. Where I've been in an A's game where it was like 2:48, and you just realize, you're like, you look up sometimes like, damn, it's the 7th inning already.
Crazy.
It's like, shit, this thing's flying, stuff like that. But I'm all right with the pitch clock. It keeps things moving. It's okay. I mean, I get like I said before, I get the beef why people don't like it, but I mean, what the hell can you do? You can't change it. Just watch the game. You're still a fan.
Yeah. And I feel, as a fan, I feel way more engaged with the pitch clock. Like, it almost gives me something to look at between the pitches, as opposed to like fucking off and then being like, "Oh shit, he threw another pitch." You know what I mean? It's like you're watching it, waiting for, "Oh shit, is he gonna get in time?" So it's like, I feel like one more thing to keep me engaged.
And attendance for April and May has been up in the MLB since they did it. So clearly it's doing something. Yeah. It's working.
Something's working. Beloved Giants games, Caltrain's a mistake. I think it's last time making that one. But let's move on. I guess we'll go on to old Boog. I didn't want to pull this in the first part because I didn't know if it was going to sink the ship, but let's talk about it. One word for the Lakers season. Just one. We'll get into it, but I just want your one off the top.
One word. Wow. I mean,
I was thinking improbable is
probably improbable. I was thinking maybe Dwayne Kuiper torture, but
not Glenn Kuiper torture.
I think close, maybe. It's just I wrote down mixed emotions. I actually made. This is the first time I ever wrote stuff down.
Wow, let's hear it.
You know, obviously I put stuff on my Instagram story. Most people probably saw it. Follow me. You know, the way the year started, people were laughing at us. Bron gets hurt. His stats 30, 50, 35 assists, 6 before he gets hurt. I mean, just fucking unbelievable. But yeah, just tears the foot February 26th and does everything he can. Playing game, you know, goes to overtime. They win that. They beat the 2 seed, beat the defending champs. And then they lost to a good team. You know, what can you say? You know, when Murray averages 30 on 50, 40, and 90, you tip your cap to him. I mean, Jokic makes 2 shots off his back foot with literally, I mean, only time I've ever seen that is me and Kev on the Willow Glen blacktop. I mean, it's just unbelievable. But yeah, and like for all the Warriors fans, you guys, the Nuggets team you guys faced last year, nowhere near the Nuggets team that beat the Lakers. But yeah, just but the reason, like, it was a great season, but the reason why, like, it's just so tough for me is because, like, I really wanted, or I want Bron to get 7 rings. And like the press conference, I don't think he's gonna retire. Maybe he takes a year off, but I don't think so. I think he just, you know, maybe comes back around Christmas time, gets the surgery and stuff like that. But yeah, it's really tough because he's so close, and they're in every single one of the Nuggets games. It's just game 1. You guys saw on Twitter, I was not happy, but it's just the way it goes. I don't want to ramble too much, but yeah, that's pretty much it. LeBron at 38 did incredible. 31 in the first half. What can you say? Love you, Bron. I'm clipping that, put on my story.
I was gonna say, dude, there's another short when you showed up, that fucking notebook. I actually wrote stuff down, dude. That's gonna be on that shit. Oh
I already put 21-minute mark, the Bronologue.
Oh fuck, bro. I'm gonna put a sad vacations weekend.
Oh wow.
If you go on TikTok and see that.
I know exactly what you're talking about. No, but you brought up a lot of good points. Especially about his foot. I don't think he'll retire, but I think he takes a long time with that foot, especially if he wants to be serious about coming back and getting 7. I think the only way of doing that is healing up right. Did he say he was going to get it like ASAP?
Well, no, really the main thing you're saying is you're going to think about things, but I feel like he kind of has to, because they were saying he had to do it. They were saying like season ending, do that surgery.
Right.
And he got like a second opinion and went and got the stem cell treatment.
Could you imagine just stem cells alone heals Bron and that's the reason he's back? That would be fucking incredible. Kev, now with Bron and the Lakers getting swept, who do you think the Nuggets have the best chance of beating out of the East?
All roads are pointing to Miami, but
especially now. I don't know. They were up when we started this.
Oh, that's right. They're playing today. Yeah. I just remember watching Game 3, and I was like, "Whoa, that's not good, Boston." But
tough.
Regardless, I don't know. I like the Nuggets over both teams, honestly, but. Dude, I am a believer in playoff Jimmy. If there's, he is someone who can at least, kind of like the Lakers, at least they're not going to get blown out.
Right.
You know, or at least they're going to have a lot of pride to try and get back in the game. Like the Celtics Game 3, just once the roof started caving in, it just melted. Yeah. And there's just no recovery. I think the Heat would have a little something in recovery to try and at least force more of a game, but I don't know, man. I like Denver, and I mean Jamal Murray. I think is kind of really that kind of guy who can shoot those levels of percentage. You know, and I mean he's gonna have to if they're gonna win because I mean size wise, Jokic. I mean Bam,
Yeah.
obviously versatile, athletic, good defender, but Jokic is a lot bigger than Bam, a lot bigger. So it'll be interesting to see. Obviously he'd have to advance, but yeah, man. I mean, I got Nuggets either way, Boston or Miami.
Yeah, they're I mean just incredibly deep and pretty fucking young too. That's the crazy thing. Like it seems like they could keep this team. I mean, obviously they got some older guys coming off the bench, but for the most part, they're a decently young team that could be together for a few years. Yeah, Jokic is so much bigger than Bam. He set a screen. I forget on who. Maybe it was on. It might have been on Reeves at some point in the series, and it looked like his body just like swallowed him up. Like it literally, like he disappeared into the shadow. Shit was crazy. But yeah, I mean, I hope to see the Heat close it out tonight. That way we get 2 sweeps. No one's off a fresher leg. That way we see an even championship series. But I mean, who the F knows? Are they starting the championship series the right away if both teams sweep, or does it get the rest period regardless?
Yeah, it's a set date.
That's so
next Thursday.
It should start immediately.
And the Celtics were up 9. I checked.
Really?
9. So
Forcing a game.
There goes Jimmy. Jimmy time.
There go that man. What did you guys think about him hitting the old timeout? Big fan?
Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yes.
Horford is an idiot. I hate him.
Al Horford, I feel like he's like, someone asked me how old is Al Horford, and I think I said like 40, and he's 36. But he feels so much old, or he might be younger than that, but he feels so old.
He looks so much older than that.
I know, it's wild. But while we're speaking of the Nuggets, I wrote down in here, who's the most famous person you've run into in a place where they're not that they're not supposed to be, but like outside. So like not an NBA player inside an NBA stadium, like somewhere out in public. And the reason I brought that up, I was thinking about it. I was going through the old photos and I found pictures of Aaron Gordon playing BP at a house party back in high school. And there's a couple of them where you can see his face, and the other ones where it's like hands down, like trying to cover it and stuff like that. It's so fucking funny. And I mean, wasn't a famous person back then. I feel like I was more doing it to be a dick, just to get him to react. You know what I mean? But I Kobe Bryant's another famous person I ran into. I think I've told that on here.
Oh, wow.
I don't think so.
I might have told it again. So me and my cousin were at Disneyland, and we're, I mean, a couple of heathens going on Splash Mountain at 9:00 at night, freezing cold. And no, so they're like, we went on it like 2 or 3 times. And like one of the times we're walking out and fucking Kobe's walking through in a white like jumpsuit with the red Mamba logo, whatever his logo is. And he had a little daughter with him at the time. I didn't put 2 and 2 together, but my cousin was like, oh yeah, that would have been Gianna. Like that works out perfectly for that being Gianna. And so, like we brushed shoulders, like me and him brushed shoulders. 'Cause it's like small ass, like entryway. So I ended up cutting the sleeve off the jersey. I must have told you this, Boog. I cut the sleeve off the jersey and hung it on my wall.
That's sick. Oh my God, dude.
Legendary. Old Kobe. But yeah, and then I was talking to my cousin about it like a couple months ago, and he's like, yeah, that was definitely Gianna with them. I'm like, looking back, wow. Bless him.
Right. God,
but have you guys ever ran into anybody like that, just like randomly, where it like made you like double take, like what the fuck? Like,
me and Kev and Rye. Kev, you could tell those.
Well, I mean, tough to top Kobe, Jesus.
No, seriously.
But I mean, yeah, but I mean, we're talking about UFC event. I mean, the quickest or the one like in the streets, man, just seeing Bilal was the best one. Because it was, I mean, there were so many people on that crosswalk, but like sunglasses, I mean, the face profile, I was like, we all kind of knew who we were looking at. But yeah, I mean, the biggest one I'd say for me is Charles at the fight shop via Boog, because he was ranting and raving to go. And we finally just had time to. But no, we were trying to carve out a time because I mean, we were all in on it. But Boog was just kind of mentioning it from day one. But yeah, I mean, the line outside, but no one in the shop. I'll never forget it. It was crazy because we were like, can we like not shop? Like, what's going on? But the line was for Nate. You could walk in the shop. Got Diego Lima and Charles.
Wow.
I mean, an eye shot. And I'm like, this is when Charles is the champ. And I'm looking around. I'm like, did this line not know like Charles is in here? Like they might be waiting for Nate, but like we got a champ here, man.
Right.
But yeah, no, I mean I got that picture of Charles and stuff. That's so on my IG. But yeah, man, that was probably one of the biggest ones for sure is Charles.
Oh, that's huge. Yeah. Did you go out and start telling people, hey, do Bronx inside? What are you guys fucking doing?
No, he ended up coming out. And then as he walked out, like people were like, oh my God, who's this guy? Like they knew kind of like, but he signed everything.
So bad. Oh,
everyone, kids, grown men, women. I mean, anyone like took pictures, smiling, like never was like even flustered or was like, no, I don't want to do this. Or like, just let me like get out, like stayed. And then like slowly made his way out. But like, yeah, I mean, super personable guy, at least in that moment. So it was cool to see. I mean, like I said, got a picture with me and I mean, did it for like literally hundreds more people.
God damn. Did you give him the Brazilian, the Portuguese accent?
Dude, I wish, man. I was freaking out. I was freaking out that there was no one else in there.
Like, trying to figure out if it's real.
Moment it was like, yeah, like me and Diego Lima were looking at like two hats right next to each other, and I'm like, I'm gonna let Lima get his hat, and I walked off, and I'm like, I'm going to the shirts, man. I was like, Jesus,
I'm gonna let Lima get his hat.
If me and him go for the same, I'll be wrapped up so quick. You gotta be kidding me, man. Their team, they were still rocking. They were still in go mode.
God, that's so sick though. I can't believe that no one just fucking.
Not until he came out. No one like had a clue.
It was crazy.
It was, bro. It was insane.
And then you saw Cowboy, right, Boog?
Yeah. Well, dude, I was like, I wasn't gonna like go to Charles, but then we were like neck and neck, and I fucking go. I'm an idiot. I'm nervous as fuck, and I like asked for a pick, and I go, great fight against. And I wanted to say Chandler. I said Charles, and he just goes like, he goes, thank you. And I was like, oh my God, you're such an idiot. But yeah, So Cowboy at the Covington fight, we were literally in line for this after party where they're like, if you have a UFC ticket, you get free entry. But the line's like you would have to leave after before the co-main event to get a fucking entry.
Stupid.
And so we go around to try and just see if we could sneak in. And as we're like going to talk to someone, Cowboy's like coming out, and I'm like, no way. And I just snapped a quick pic. But when we were walking, when we came out of the Connor fight, Ocho came out, and I was like, "Whoa, Ocho!"
So
and I just fucking snapped a quick pic. It was so funny. I was like, "Can I get a pic?" He's like, while I'm walking. That's just sniffing a jig, and I took a pic with it. It was fucking hilarious.
Dude.
Oh my God.
Shout out Ocho.
Ocho Cinco, is he like? I feel like he's our generation's. I'm trying to find. It's not our generation's Jordan, but who's like a personality of like back then. You know what I mean? It's hard to even compare to something. He's like the sickest.
Like a Deion Sanders.
There you go.
Kind of character.
I feel like that's
maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or like
just someone who's always on.
Or like prime time.
Always on.
Yeah, prime time's probably the perfect one. But yeah, Ocho, I mean, challenging kids to video games and shit like that, and just wrecking their shit, taking their money, doesn't care.
And his diet. Yeah. McDonald's till he dies.
McDonald's.
Love that.
Always sipping McDonald's Coke.
I love that.
Just the absolute legend. But I guess we'll get into some MMA now. We've had a lot of shit go on since we've last had the op. and I guess we'll work our way backwards to forwards. First with the Rosenstrike card. Matt Brown, 2 guys. Okay, what's up with the UFC? 2 guys, Matt Brown and Court McGee, had both seen the other side. Both of them have had to been resuscitated in their life. How wild's that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, Court McGee OD'd, and then I think Matt Brown had something too where he had to get fucking zapped back.
Jesus.
I wonder if that's like the first fight of between 2 guys that have both fucking seen death, but crazy.
I wonder Mike Brown's a fucking.
No, it was
Matt Brown's a fucking psycho.
That's what Rogan was saying. He's like, he always was like, those guys that have gone, they have that extra gear. They know what it's like to lose it all. And I'm like, yeah,
fucking Rogan.
Probably not what it is, but I like what you're saying. But that led me down a rabbit hole, and by rabbit hole I meant Twitter, of him, Matt Brown, and Conor McGregor's getting a nice little exchange. So Matt Brown has 13 KOs in the UFC, tied with the Black Beast for most of all time. McGregor says he wants the record. He's got 8. Boog, is that doable or not? Realistically, I always have to throw that in there.
Wait, how much is he at?
I think McGregor's at 8 and Matt Brown's at 13. So that's 5 fights. And McGregor's 34.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's not easily doable, but that is achievable, right?
It's achievable, yeah.
I
mean, Chandler. Wins Chandler, he fights for a belt. And you got Poirier. You got Diaz. I don't think the Masvidal fight's dead.
I think that's like the nicest fight for him is Masvidal.
I don't think I see a world where he fights Hamzat for a belt.
He fights Hamza. Okay, so let's keep taking us down this journey. So he fought Chandler, he fought Poirier.
I don't know who's
Diaz.
after Chandler. That's the thing.
Right, but so you don't know who's after Chandler. Do you think it depends on that BMF belt that they're fighting for? Or do you think
I think if Gaethje gets that belt, he may fight Gaethje. I think the Poirier fight's still there. I think the Diaz fight's still there, like no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And then it depends if he wants to fight for a belt, if he like wins or not. But like those are in the categories of like win or lose. He still has.
Yeah, and like you said, the Diaz, the Poirier, everyone will take that fight if granted. You know what I mean? Especially if they're coming off a loss or something like that. It's would be impossible to turn down. But did you see that he said that the USADA stuff's done and dealt with and stuff's getting ready to go? What do you think that means? Do you think he's clean? Do you think they did away with it?
My personal opinion, he's been clean the whole time. But I just think he filled out the paperwork and they said he'll be ready for what, November or December?
Yeah.
Depending because they were saying any day, so
Dana said he's got to get in USADA.
Oh,
he's in, Kev. He's in. Your prediction is gonna be wrong, sir.
It's not. He's not gonna. He's not gonna make it. I don't think he's gonna make it. Someone's gonna fuck this up this year.
Well, then headline 300 against Diaz.
Sure, I think Chandler's getting royally effed.
Yeah.
Or it's gonna get pushed back.
Well, they wanted Diaz for the Ultimate Fighter in the first place, so
I don't know. But yeah. We'll see. And these KOs, he has 0 chance. You kidding me? Come on.
Hey, he's got 5 more fights.
He's got to get to the octagon 5 more times. I don't know if he's even going to do that.
He said he's never going to retire.
They wheeling him out in a fucking chair.
Yeah, he's 42 years old, still trying to.
No, did you hear what he said?
I did not.
He said he wants to be like keep fighting, but his like caliber. Like when he's 42, he's fighting a 42-year-old. Like he said.
Interesting to see how that contract looks.
He said like he wants like Connor Jr. to fight a kid, and then he fights the dad.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Did he actually? That's awesome.
I swear he did. Yeah.
That is pretty funny. Yeah, I mean that does make sense. That would be hard to draw up a contract for that, especially in the U.S. Because some old guy's gonna get fucking flatlined and lose their life. But I mean, could you imagine Connor and Connor Jr. fighting Aldo's son? That would be incredible.
Amazing.
He's driving the 13-second mobile out. What's up?
I mean, they're honestly like Garbrandt, TJ, like
all of them are coming to that age of where
they have a kid of where
exactly.
Yeah, they have kids around that age.
Wow, we might have to draft our best father-son futures matchups here. I can't think of any off the top, so it'd have to be a different app, but that sounds like fun. But which fight was that? Fuck, I don't even remember. Oh, that was Matt Brown. Yeah, the Rosenstrike card. But yeah, Matt Brown, Court McGee. I don't know, like you said, Kev. I don't know if McGregor gets those knockouts, showing up 5 more times. But hey, if he's in there till he's 42, if that the UFC does do that,
it might not be in the UFC, but he'll knock 5 more people out.
I could see Dana White just letting him do opening like a senior, not a senior division, but like something like that. You know what I mean? For Connor, I think he'd pull some strings. But yeah, that was the first one. And then Kev, Ian Gary's tattoo. So he knocks out Daniel Rodriguez and then gets a 15 tattooed in Daniel Rodriguez's writing. I forget what the writing is. It's kind of old Englishy. And he gets the 15 tattooed on his shin. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, good tattoo, bad tattoo?
It depends on if he's futuristically thinking about using the numbers for wins down the line. So like now that he's like made it to the top 15, he goes and gets a little imprint of 15 so he knows where he got D-Rod. So did he get it on the shin where he kicked him?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So is he going to start dotting up? Like, are we going to have a 9 here? Something like that? Like, if he starts doing that,
yeah,
I'm behind it. I think that's kind of sick, you know? But, yeah, I don't know. Right now at face value, yeah, it looks odd. But if he's got something where he's got it all the way thought out farther than what he's already doing, I think people might eventually buy in. Or just he'll be way more unique, and it could just be another little nugget for Ian Gary that could just get him more attention.
Yeah, I mean, get him more attention for sure, because people are already. I mean, that was like the story after that card.
Yeah.
Now, where do you think Ian Gary's ceiling is? I mean, 170s. It's kind of a fucking killer division. How high do you think he can go?
I mean, it just depends on what the jump is going to be for him next. I mean, it looks like striking wise, he could compete with probably a top 5 guy right now at 170 if you're just going to go a striking battle, kickboxing. But I don't know. I mean, we got to throw someone who can really get down on the ground and see what can happen. You know, we've had some good matchups for Gary where guys want to stand, you know, and Gary's shown that he can, you know, prevail in pretty much all of what he's shown. He's undefeated in the UFC, right? He hasn't lost.
Yeah, I think he's 12-0 right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's undefeated overall.
That's what I thought. So yeah, I mean, it's time to give him a little something. Obviously, I don't think we're going to go as high up as Shavkat, but you know where we might go is Jeff Neal.
Ooh, hands of steel can mix it up a little bit more.
Another guy, but another good matchup and a solid number, maybe like a 7, 9. I don't know, but he's hovering. I could see Jeff Neal, Ian Gary.
I like that a lot. And I feel like it's enough of a step up from guys he's been fighting to where it means something. But if things don't pan out, he doesn't lose all that steam. There's still some time to recover from it. Boog, Turner Meeker, you Fook and Daisy. What are you thinking of old Ian Gary?
Actually, Kev, I was about to say Kev Holland, but I do like Geoff Neal.
Wow.
Kev Holland would be tough. Kelvin Gastelum's going down to 170. That would be a good test.
We'll see. We'll see what he makes on the scale.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I like that. I thought the weigh-in shenanigans were pretty funny.
I don't think I saw that.
Oh, you didn't see how he gave D-Rod a pizza and weed, and then
yeah, I did.
He did.
And and then he watched him weigh in, and he missed weight, and then he was laughing in the back, not laughing, but he just he kept watching. But I think D-Rod got an extra hour and made weight, but yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah. So what he did was he took a Domino's box and put a thing of weed on top of it and ding dong ditched his hotel room door. And then he hit his phone and a stack of towels that looking at the thing, and D-Rod's roommate came out, and I can't tell if it's staged or not. I don't know why it would be. But his teammate, I forget who it was, comes out, goes down the hallway, sees no one's there, and he fucking brings the shit inside. And the next morning, yeah, D-Rod missed weight by half a pound. Pretty funny.
God.
I mean, whether or not it worked, that's good shenanigans. Week of the fight. Keep yourself busy. Yeah, but Ian Gary, I think he's ranked 13, isn't he? Isn't that
Yeah, people were making memes on Twitter when Ian Gary finds out he's ranked 13 and has 15 tattooed on his shit.
Pretty funny. For what it's worth, he's the 15th ranked fighter on Tapology's page. I mean, I don't know which two guys from other things snuck in ahead, but pretty sick. Yeah, I'm not about the tattoo. I think it's like you said, Kev, he's got to do something else with it in order for it to work.
Yeah.
But sick fight. And then, oh my God, the next one on that card, not on the card, but just in general, Anthony Smith, Johnny Walker. Kev, did we see PTSD in the octagon for the first time that fight?
I don't know. That was, yeah. Ooh, I don't know. It's interesting to see where Johnny Walker goes next, but yeah, I don't know. Anthony Smith is just, I don't know. Wasn't too. I don't know what to say, man. That was just a tough one. I mean, you can see Smith kind of saying stuff in his corner, saying that Johnny Walker was hard to hit. It just kind of looked outclassed, outmatched a little bit. And I mean, it was a chance for a finish for Johnny Walker. Yeah. I mean, that last 80 seconds of that third round, I mean, that was NHL playoffs over there. That guy was skating hard. But yeah, Johnny didn't go for the finish. And you hear Kavanaugh just screaming, finish him. And he just didn't do anything super crazy. But yeah, I mean, good win for Walker. He needed it. He'll get a little more bump. But yeah, I don't know about Lionheart. I don't know what comes next. I mean, you can still find him a fight, but I mean, for him to get to the title now is got to be dashed.
It's got to be dashed.
You could think about it, Boog. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I honestly didn't want to say it, but Boog just took off his Hanley BGs over there and said, I'm done.
His Hanley BGs. Yeah, I mean, I think first things first, change the nickname. I think it's got to go. It's. I mean, I don't want to be disrespectful, but when he's yelling, "You attacked my family" in the middle of the octagon, I was like, what are we watching? If I showed a first-time viewer this fight, they'd be like, what is going on? Do these guys hate each other? This does not make sense. Boog, do you think we're seeing the last of Anthony here?
Oh, yeah. I mean, gloves are off. Gloves should have been off. Doesn't take long. I mean, he got freaking pounded by Glover, by a 42-year-old. He lost teeth. I mean, it's just he's just been breaking down. So
yeah, and he's a good analyst too. I feel like he's not a bad analyst. He could definitely go do that. Him and Bisbing podcast.
He's an analyst.
Pretty fucking funny. Yeah,
he's an analyst. That's what I was gonna say. I knew he was gonna say that's what he should change his nickname to.
The analyst.
I was gonna say analyst.
Oh, that's not what Alan Jobon's got that nickname as well. I don't think it's one he wants. Speaking of, I mean, I guess not speaking of, but the whole James Krause thing. Have you guys heard anything else recently about that?
He's a piece of shit.
I mean, I still think there could be. Is it still ongoing? So there hasn't been a whole lot of stuff revealed? Because, yeah, I mean, I feel like if that case or something like that is closed, it would get revealed. But, yeah, dude, I have not gotten.
I mean, you
anything
guys.
new.
We all saw the Pauly tweet, right? Do I need to pull it up?
The Pauly tweet. Pauly Malignaggi?
Uh-uh.
Oh God, who's this?
This guy. You gotta keep talking.
No, but I just like you said, Kev. You figure we would have heard something by now, but not hearing anything means it's probably still ongoing, which means this is probably going to be a huge fucking deal. And if there's more fighters, I mean, could you imagine? Could you imagine if Laura Sanko's tied into this somehow? Holy smoke. She's fixing fights one way or another, sucking guys off to lose fights.
No.
Boog, you taking that?
What?
Laura Sanko offers to suck you off to lose a fight. You taking it?
Nah.
Even if it's a 5-5, yeah, you're going to get cut anyways. Hey.
I mean, if it's like, if I haven't trained or anything like that, yeah. Because I think my acting skills are pretty good. I can just make it. I can get out there unscathed.
Roll to the ground and just get one of these.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'll do not Pauly's tweet, but I'll read this Sean Strickland tweet.
The GOAT tweeter of all time, by the way.
I know this is about to be wild.
James Krause Gym holds all the titles: rigging fights, wife fucking, sex tapes, LMAO fame.
Jesus.
I love it because I mean,
bro.
The thing about Strickland is he probably heard that from someone and was like, "Oh, I don't give a fuck," and the person's probably like begging him not to say anything, and he's the one friend.
Did you see the Tim Elliott stuff?
Oh yeah, is he part of that gym as well?
That's what the tweet started with. James Krause had a win today. He wasn't accused of fucking Tim Elliott's wife.
Oh no, dude, that Tim Elliott stuff was bad. I mean, it just kind of goes to show you don't air your personal stuff out on Twitter. I mean, obviously his wife and his teammate were in the wrong, but goddamn, not a good look. But yeah, that's Glory MMA, right? Just classic. A tale as old as time. The main event of that. Are you still looking for that other one?
I found it. It's Glory MMA Gym. James Krause, leader of gambling mafia, tapped Sanko. Gina Malazzi cheated on Tim with teammate Kevin Crome. Jeff Molina, sex video of giving Ben Davis a blowjob. Megan Anderson, 0.79 kill death ratio on Call of Duty. Historic stuff. Legendary team.
Oh shit! I forgot about all the Megan Anderson stuff. Oh my Christ, that is. I mean, like he said, historic stuff. That is so fucking funny. But yeah, haven't heard shit about it in months. That'll be a great documentary in a few years. Whoever gets that one, I hope they really do it up. Boog as Conor McGregor.
Same with John Morant too. That's gonna be a wild doc. But yeah,
the John Morant just needs better friends, and by better friends, I just mean friends that don't film everything you fucking do. I mean, put down the Instagram live. I know Boog Meek loves a good Instagram live just as much as the next guy, but he knows.
Kev saw a piece of it from this weekend.
Did you go live?
I went live and I saw a little chick from the bar and I said, "Hey, green jacket, remember me?"
Oh,
and I was like, "Can I get the snap?" And I got the snap. Hey,
on live.
What?
Did you
the live cut when I went to snap, unfortunately.
That's actually impressive. I mean, good on you. But yeah, I mean, John Morant, just a fuck. Holding up the 12-year-old at the park for fouling him or calling fouls, whatever it was, and then flashing guns.
Yeah, there's so much stuff like that like other people don't know.
That's what I mean.
That involves guns.
And that's only what we hear. Yeah, I don't know. After the whole Gilbert Arenas stuff in the NBA, it's hard to do much with guns without getting in serious trouble. Kev, what do you think they do with them? You think it's multiple games, half a year, full year?
Might be a full year. Just, I mean, second time, not a lot of space in between, which I
Yeah.
think is going to be the biggest thing that's probably going to work against them in terms of a suspension. But I would probably say a 50-game minimum if it's not a full year. I think that's usually kind of where they go NBA wise, about 50. If it's something big, so yeah, 50 to 82, I'd say.
That's crazy because that puts the Grizzlies in a whole different realm without him. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
they're gonna have to start doing some real work. Yeah, just a dumb shit. Boog, what? You're the commissioner. What are you doing with Ja Morant next year?
Full year, sending him somewhere.
Yeah, sending him somewhere.
Wish I could send him to the Traz, but
the Traz.
No longer an option. But yeah, he needs to be. I mean, he's an idiot. He's first class idiot.
True. But I feel like guys like that, not that they're not going to change, but if they're keep getting money, keep being around the same guys, it's hard to see him not keeping guns around.
He's gonna get got.
That's true. Yeah. I see a bunch of Crips posts and shit like he's doesn't want to come spend a day with us because this is some real shit. It's not a game like he thinks it is. But what the fuck do I know? Back to UFC, I guess. Fight card this past weekend. You guys watch it? Hill and Dern.
A little bit, so.
Yeah.
How about Almeida just beating the absolute shit out of Rosenstrike though as that main event?
That's where we were.
I mean, goddamn, where's that guy going? That dude's shooting up the ranks.
Big time.
I mean,
especially
dude.
The heavyweight division is like at a huge loss right now. Because think of it, they're potentially going to lose their 3 top guys in a year, being Francis, Stipe, John. There you go. I mean, then you have who left? Gone.
Yeah, you're hoping for Aspinall,
Almeida, Sergey.
Blades can still be relevant. Tuivasa.
I forgot. It's actually way deeper than I thought. I forgot about Aspinall. I can't wait to see him back. Him versus Gon's
he's got a fight already with Tybura, who's not bad.
Marcin.
Marcin, but that's in London.
Oh wow! They gave him back a London card.
Yeah,
good on the UFC for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that guy easily cracks into the top 10, and then I think the saying's like you're 2 fights away from a belt from there. You know what I mean? Just gotta put in the work, gotta knock some dudes out. Yeah, he beat the shit out of
his first takedown, and that just never left.
No.
Yeah.
It was looked like old Good Daddy Goodridge back in the day getting I mean it wasn't the crucifix fucking but it was sick. And while we're talking heavyweights, let's talk Francis. What do you guys think of the deal?
I mean, in Francis's eyes, he won the deal. I mean, he got some money. He's got this guaranteed for his opponents. He's like, I mean, he got all of his, I guess, more unique demands for a free agent.
Right.
So at the end of the day, somebody caved. I think at the end of the day, that was kind of what was going to happen. UFC obviously is not the organization that was going to do it. It had to be basically the underbellies of the UFC, essentially, despite one being huge in Asia. But yeah, I mean, one PFL, were probably the biggest ones. I thought that were going to go for it. Bellator is very similar to like UFC kind of style structure. Scott Coker a little bit,
right.
So, but I mean, hey, I guess, I mean, if he's getting paid a good amount when he fights and you get a chance to box too, so you can get a little more cash, like, cool. Definitely sounds like you won at the end of the day, but I don't know how great of a deal it might be for the PFL at the end of the day, but time will tell. I mean, who the hell is he going to fight in the PFL?
That's the thing. I mean, what do you
at
do?
Heavyweight, that's huge. That's going to be a pay-per-view draw, like for this new pay-per-view division. I don't know.
So, and that brings up the question: it sounds like Francis isn't going to fight for about a year. Do you think the PFL is serious about buying Bellator? Because they buy Bellator, that Ryan Bader fight looks very tasty. That's one I would love to see.
Yeah, I mean, that could be a good option, but I mean, there still has to be like, I don't know, I have to look at Bellator heavyweights, but you got to have like option 3, 5, 7.
But that does like what, 200 buys?
I mean, it's not. Trust me, it's not.
John Jones does 1 million.
Exactly.
That's what it's going to be remembered
or
for.
Stipe 3. I mean,
yeah, Stipe 3.
But
Wow.
he'll be forever remembered for not making the John Jones fight. Simple as that. Simple as that. Like,
yeah.
What's this? Who cares how much your fucking opponent makes?
And that's kind of the thing. I mean, I would like to say I do, but I'm not exactly.
People want to see him fight John Jones. He should have just went and fought either fucking Fury, fucking Joshua Wilder, or whoever he wanted to fight, and then gone back to the UFC.
Well, Wilder called it a gimmick fight. He's like, I'm not fighting him. I mean, from a boxer standpoint, that's like huge risk, low reward. You know what I mean? You get clipped, your whole
Fury should do it because Fury would just
box his head off.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. But like I said, he gets clipped on one. It could just, I mean, tarnish. Could you imagine Francis beating Fury, his only boxing match ever, and just like walking out as the champ? That's Fury would kill himself that night. I mean, I know he's had his bouts, but that would be his toughest one. Boog, what demand do you think the UFC would have been least likely to cave on? So he got a non-exclusive for boxing, $2 million for his opponent, in-ring sponsorships, and a seven figures for himself. Which one do you think Dana would have had the hardest time giving it?
His own sponsors, giving the other people money. But it's like, if you're fighting Stipe's making a hefty. If you're fighting John Jones,
right,
John Jones is making a hefty amount.
That's a good point.
Like, all these top guys, I mean, they're making at least, I would want to say, $100,000. Or,
I mean, most of them, yeah.
Most of them are getting like at least to show or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Heavyweights?
Yeah, like
Sergey's way more than that. Those big dogs. Oh,
like man. Sergey's got a following in Russia and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Paolo just signed for $1 million. What do you think those big dogs are making?
So it's like, what do you talk? It literally makes. I think it was like the Africa stuff, maybe, but I think most of it was like what he told Ariel was he wanted like a fighters union or he wanted like fighters' rights, something like that.
Right.
It was like for something for the fighters, and he was like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I mean, Dana the whole time has kind of played it off like he's a fucking ass clown. He should have taken the Jones fight. But obviously I see it both ways. He's the business side of it, and Francis is trying to get his own. Kev, which one do you think Dana would have had the hardest time giving him? The sponsors, the non-exclusive, his opponent money, or I forget. Oh, I think money for himself was the last one, like the $2 million himself.
Yeah, the money for himself would have been fine because he was getting a ton from the UFC, but Dana can't do shit about the sponsorships because it's just like a company thing that goes up there.
Well, Connor got. I mean,
when you bring in freaking $6 million to the company, I mean.
I don't know, but Connor does have a beef to at least get his own sponsorship within the UFC organization. And then the non-exclusive for boxing. No one gets no non-exclusive here. What the fuck is that about?
Kev, I hate to bring up Connor again, but
Connor he didn't put that in his deal and say I want that.
Happened.
Wait, what do you mean non-exclusive?
So, and that wouldn't be a non-exclusive because I guess they got their piece of it. But a non-exclusive would be he has the right to go box with anyone he wants. Like, he's not signed with a boxing promoter. He's signed to fight.
He's making every dollar that could come his way.
Right.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, no, Connors wouldn't have been that because I think it was co-promoted. Dana got his piece. The UFC got theirs. But yeah, I think like you guys are saying, the in-ring sponsorships would have been crazy to see what Francis brought to the advertising table. But I don't know. I would like to see everyone get get their own trunk sponsorships and shit like that. I think there's no reason they can't go back to that, having the Venom shorts. You know what I mean? Make them have the logos the same color as the shorts or something, but I think the logo should be back. There's fucking no reason not to.
They should like have Venom shorts, but with like their own logos.
That's what I mean. Yeah, keep the Venom. That's fine. Keep the same design, but I mean, just fuck it. Let the guys get paid a little bit more.
With some like more freedom with like the trunks.
What would you
like,
do?
What if like for like Connor, if it was like the green with like maybe like orange and white outline,
sick,
or like white with orange and green outline, that would be sick. But I'd lean towards like white with blue writing.
White and blue. Yeah, I don't know why they let Bryce Mitchell, out of all people, fucking break out the camos. And then, I mean,
crazy.
Big Bryce Mitchell guy, don't get me wrong. But if he's getting the leeway, everyone should get a little bit of leeway. But yeah. Chase Hooper won his fight this past weekend. My boy back in the win column. We'd love to see it, up a weight class. Coming a grown-ass man. That's he's like my mark of like that new era of MMA, and for better or worse, whatever he does, I feel like he's like my gauge of, okay, that's the new style. You know what I mean? Those are like the kids that trained MMA. It wasn't like one thing and then they got better at the others. So I love watching that guy fight. Just an absolute ledge. Trying to think of who else was on that card. Shit.
Yeah, man, it was an Apex card, bro.
It was.
How about Brendan Allen wearing every single color and he wants purple? Wait, he keeps asking for purple because his daughter's favorite color.
Oh wow. Are they gonna grant it to him?
I don't know, but like he's worn every color.
That's kind of sick. He's gotten orange ones from or is it like pre-UFC?
No, like every Venom color they offer, he's worn in the octagon.
That's sick. And that means he's fought a fuck ton. So I feel like they've been opening the doors way more to colors and shit like that. Yeah. Again, no reason not to allow people to do whatever the fuck they want. Now Aljo and Sugar Sean. We'll end it here. Aljo, Sugar Sean. Kev, what did you think of Dana saying pretty much it's happening? I don't care what Aljo has to say. August 19th, Boston. We'll see you there.
I mean, I'm down with it. Show the fuck up, man. I mean, Aljo's going to do it, man. He's a wrestler. He's showing up. He's going to get what he needs fixed. He's going to hit his ass to camp. I mean, maybe he can push it to the end of August if he has to, but this is headlining a pay-per-view. Boston's booked. I need you here. Like, and it's Suge. Suge's going to be a big money fight or a solid money fight for pay-per-view points. You're holding the belt. You're in a good position to make good money here. Don't have to travel that far again, man. Got New Jersey. You got Boston. I mean, that ain't bad for a guy who shacks up in New York, So I hope to see it. I hope to see it at Aljo 100%. It'll be, a compromised Aljo is, kind of I think what Suge needs. I think 100 and 100. Like I've said, I know I'm against the grain on this side, but I think Aljo will be okay.
Right.
But yeah, I'm pumped. I mean, that's fine. Whatever Dana says goes. I mean, like it or not, he's running the show. So yeah, that's gonna be kind of the last one of the summer too. So that'll be a big one.
Huge. Yeah, I'm stoked. And then Boog, what did you think of Aljo trying to come back on Twitter saying, fuck it, let's do it in July then?
Stupid. I loved Suge's response, but I mean the parallels from fucking this Aljo treatment and Woodley treatment is just incredible. Reminds me of like the Woodley Till. I mean, it's literally the same thing. Yeah, I don't know. I think Aljo pulls. I think we see Cejudo in there for an interim belt.
Wow. And he did say Cejudo called him, said, I'm down to take it immediately. That would be crazy. I mean,
backup fighter for sure.
Oh yeah, he'll weigh in. I feel. Do you think he would weigh in?
Maybe.
I feel like that's a hell of a lot of weight to cut for him to.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's gonna. There's like a certain point.
We're talking about Cejudo here, though. I mean,
Yeah.
you flash that opportunity and a good amount of cash to make weight, like not like the 20K. If you can get him to 6 figs to show up and make weight.
I mean, I just put him on the card.
I was gonna say put him and Merab on the card, and fuck if they.
Merab just had hand surgery. I don't know how long he's out.
He won't use that hand anyways. We all know it's gonna be a fucking wrestle fuck fest. Nah, that would be. Merab's gonna need some time, but that would be ideal, right? Put Merab on the card against Cejudo,
How about Cejudo Holloway?
Ooh, I do like that.
I was gonna say Cejudo climbing.
But I don't like it for Max. That's the issue. You know what I mean? Something about Max tells me not everything's going A-okay right now.
I'd rather see that versus Volk. Cejudo Volk if he's going up versus Max.
Well, they're not going to do that.
I know, but yeah, I'd still say if he goes up to 145, I'd like to see him go with Volk.
Yeah.
You think he beats Max, Kev?
Cejudo?
Yeah.
Max is a big dude, but
yeah,
I don't know. God, it's hard to go against Max, but I don't know why. When it's wrestler striker, like I always lean wrestler, even though I feel like I want the striker to win.
Yeah.
But it's just that variable. If they can get on top of you and you can't stop it, I mean, that's just how the fight goes.
Not to go back in time, but I am pretty sure the guy who broke into Anthony Smith's house is like a 155-pound wrestler. And he was giving Anthony Smith a hard time. And that's what people on Reddit say. That's allegedly.
Damn.
But yeah, I mean, obviously that's a different circumstance, but exactly. You always got to give the edge to the wrestler when you're looking at it like that. But shoot. I think that's it, boys. Thanks for doing this. Thanks for coming along. And until next time, adios.